What is going on, guys? Hello, my legends, Tio here. Before we get started, you are currently watching a Battlefield 4 clip, which I decided to put here in the beginning of this commentary because I got sent it by EA, and I get to put it in a video, so why not put it in this? Looking forward to Battlefield 4, by the way. It's gonna be awesome. It's looking good, so that's gonna happen. Anyway, how are you guys? It feels like it's been a really long time since I just talked to you guys. I used to do a random commentary every now and then. Maybe like once a month, every other month, you know? But now it's actually been a few months since I talked to you guys, so I felt like talking to you guys. I think we've established that I feel like talking to you guys. Anyway, we could start off. I was recently in London. I'd like to talk about my experience for a little while because it was I like sharing my experiences. It was very nice. I liked it. The thing is, I was originally going to move there, as many of you probably know, but then I decided not to. I decided to stay in Stockholm for now and work. Maybe I'll move there one day in the future. For now, I'm staying here for a while. So I went there to visit my dad, who moved there, and the first thing I notice, I step on the train after I've left the plane, and we're going, you know, on what's it called, the Piccadilly line or something, something like that, and it's just awesome, and it's feeling really Englandish or whatever. And but the first thing I notice when I come in is that the benches, they're in front of each other, they're like on the side in front of each other, and I sit down, and then everyone sits next to me, and I'm in this like crowd of people, and it just becomes this like orgy of everyone just touching each or bad description of it. Basically, we're all really close to each other, and you're just all sitting there, and I really liked it, like, because in Sweden, here in Stockholm, it's kind of, there's a whole thing about personal space. If you walk on a bus, everyone, say, you know, it's two-seaters on buses in Stockholm, or you probably don't know. There are two-seaters in buses in Stockholm. And if I sit on one seat of it, people will fill up every single two-seater before someone decides to sit next to me. I mean, generally, it happens that people sit next to you, of course. But generally, it's a lot about the personal space. And I can imagine it is in a lot of countries. But I know that it is in Sweden. And it's not like that in London. There, you know, people just sit next to each other, it doesn't matter, and it's very nice for a change. I really liked it. And then the second thing I noticed is everyone's so nice. Like, everyone's calling me dear and honey and not pumpkin. There's some other word. Comrade. No, but they called me dear and honey and they just, and you, yeah, it's just like, do you need help, dear? And like, I don't know, not that like I only talk to people who offered me help, but like just random people I talk to. I mean, you talk to people. I don't know what I'm saying. I met a lot of people in London, and I noticed that everyone was really nice. Basically, it's not like they're douches here in Sweden, but here it's like people. If you talk to someone, they talk back. But there, it's like if you talk to someone, they talk back with like a passion. It's like. Not a passion, that's a bad word. It's like they care about, they care, or I'm making it sound like people in Sweden don't care about you, but it's like they want to talk to you. It's like they're really interested in talking to you. They're interested, that's what it's like. And I really like that. It was really nice, actually. And that's kind of what I've been here, I've been back in Sweden for, let's see here, 3 days now, I think. And I already missed that feeling of just people being really nice. So yeah, for now I'm gonna stay in Sweden. Who knows in the future? I'm open to the idea of living in London because I liked it. And I also went to Madame Tussauds. And that's a wax museum basically. I went there with my mom and dad, and here's a beautiful picture of us. In Madame Tussauds, and I just love this picture because for you guys it probably looks like I'm really bored and kind of annoyed, and my dad is also really bored, slightly mad looking. But for me, I don't know if it's like that for you, but I know that for me, who knows him, for me, he really looks satisfied in this picture. He looks really satisfied and happy that he's there. So to me, it looks like I've kind of tagged along just to make my dad happy, and I'm looking really like, ugh, whatever, you know? And yeah, it's just, I really like this picture. My dad ended up buying it, and he's like, put it up on the fridge. I think it's a really funny picture. But yeah, that was my experience in London. I'm already looking for tickets to go back within a month or two, depending on how I'm working. So I'm definitely going to be visiting there every other month or so. I like it. I like it. Since my dad's living there now. I don't know if I mentioned that. My dad's living there now. He moved without me. Yeah. So yeah. On to other things. I'd like to mention that the Trouble in Terrorist Town server that I mentioned a couple of months ago that I'm making, the reason that it's not completely gone. I'm not going to say that it's going to come out next week or anything. I originally had a plan for a bunch of custom weapons to be added to it. But these custom weapons aren't made for Trouble in Terrorist Town, so you have to code them to work for Trouble in Terrorist Town. Long story short, they're still not working, and I've been talking to a lot of people for help about coding them. I'm not going to go into details about it because that doesn't matter. Basically, we're still working on it. It's still a possibility that it's still being made, but I want to make a Trouble in Terrorist Town server with some awesome custom stuff. I don't want to make like a vanilla one that's like any of the other ones. I want to make some awesome stuff, so I'm going to take my time with this until it's just right, or if we get them working, if it's just right, I'd say. So that's for those who have been asking about that. There you have your info about that. Anyway, I don't think there's that much more I wanted to bring up. I wanted to talk a little about London, mention the Trouble in Terrorist Town thing. We got a lot of, finally, after like forever since I actually bought a new game. I think the last one I got that I started making videos of was Trials. Like, that's the last one that I got, and that was a while ago. That was 4 or 5 months ago now, I think. What was I going to say? Right. New games are finally coming. We got Splinter Cell Blacklist. Richard and I are going to play through the co-op campaign. Be sneaky, or guns blazing, who knows, you see. Saints Row 4, I'm going to try to play Payday as well, that looks awesome. We got Grand Theft Auto 4, we got Battlefield 4, we got a bunch of games coming and I'm really looking forward to it. So it's going to be a lovely rest of the year or whatever. Hope you guys had a nice summer, and I think that's about it. Goodbye, guys.